Hey everyone, I'm actually not sure when it goes live because my computer lags. Yeah, see, for the first 5 seconds it doesn't tell me, and I could cut it out, but too lazy to do that. The whole point of going live is not have to edit anything, right? But hey, Chloethedev here. Hope everyone's doing well. See, and then Google thinks I'm talking to it for some reason. Don't know why. Mika woke up late today, and Bianca's still sleeping. We're supposed to get up at 8 and go do stuff, but I guess the day's delayed. No biggie. But today I kind of wanted to come on live and record what I'm probably going to be doing for Consensus Academy blockchain bootcamp from September till about December of this year, 2020. So the idea is pretty much to use mintbase.io. It's a minting factory for NFTs, for digital art on the Ethereum blockchain. And use a project called rDAI, which basically takes the interest from DAI and sends it to charities. I think it would be cool to not only raise money for the marmaj.eth Foundation, but also to raise money for a bunch of different charities. I know with rDAI, you can have most of the money go towards one charity or most of the money go towards, a select few charities. So I want to look into their docs and really try and see what I can get done. But yeah, the basic idea of I'm going to create a factory, NFT factory, where it doesn't cost anything to mint the first time. So basically the idea is the data of the NFT will be on IPFS or Arcweave or some other kind of chain where it's free to upload or very cheap to upload. And that way we will be, it's probably Arcweave since Mintbase is already planning on using Arcweave, but that would allow people who want to purchase the art to at least see the art without actually it being minted on Ethereum. So it's basically a free way for an artist to display the art, display the rules for purchase. And all art minted in the factory has the exact same rules. So people can just look at the factory, look at the rules the art's going to have, and there wouldn't be much of an issue in that sense. If the person who wants to buy the art decides that it's a good idea, all art sales are going to start at 0.1 ETH. And after each sale, the price is going to go up by 10% and the timer will restart for blocks. And basically after a certain amount of blocks, about a week, if there's no sales on that piece of art for a full week, then any of the funds locked into that contract, let's say, or locked into that art piece will be distributed to those that bought the art piece. So pretty much, let's say, 10 people bought the art piece, there's like $1,000 in interest locked into the art piece. Out of that interest, geez, Mika, out of that, I know, Mama's not doing nothing. Out of that interest, I know, you tell Mama you want her to come. Tell Mama. Out of that interest, we have it divvied up. So, 10% will go to the marmaj.eth Foundation, 80%, or 10% goes here. But the idea is that there's always a part of the interest going back to everyone who holds the art. So the gas fees are pretty high. So each time someone pays to mint the art, they're going to also pay the gas fees to distribute people's holdings. And there'll be no way to take out your holdings before the end of the time. Just because it's kind of a waste of gas fees and a waste of fees in the network. I think the whole idea is to kind of set it and forget it. You buy art like you would normally. You should look back into your wallet after a certain amount of time and the money should be there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to add in the whole thing where after a certain amount of time, if no one buys it, you can get out. It's kind of an exit game that I'm not sure makes sense. The first original idea was just go for a year. So you start the factory for a year. Anyone could mint art inside of it. And if that piece of art sales, the price goes up by 10% each time. And the funds stay inside of it, gaining APR until the end of the year. And then whatever the APR is gets distributed evenly to everyone who's holding the token. So early adopters or early holders of the art would get more interest. People who got in late would pay more for the art and get less interest. Equal share, but for less interest in terms of a ratio. And that's a pretty much basic idea. I mean, the first thing minted is going to be the marmaj piece. It's going to sell for 0.1 ETH and go up all year. And yeah, anyone can purchase the art. We might use Gitcoin grant funds to buy art and give it to people. So that at the end of the year, if those people have no money at all, no ETH, but they're holding the marmaj token, they will get some funds sent to their wallet. So the way we're doing it is kind of like how Gitcoin grant does it. We're going to do an automated send. And so whoever is holding these tokens at the end of the period, it'll be an automated send. Gitcoin grant does it manually still. And so I guess maybe for now, we'll still have the funds and I will still log in and distribute it manually. But either way, that's the logic behind the factory. I don't really expect the factory to be completely decentralized. I probably will hold the private keys on this first, like version 1 of the factory, because I want to make sure it's safe and secure, and I want to make sure if anything happens, I won't really put a withdraw function in there for me. If it's a bug, we'll move on. It's for charity anyway. I'll hopefully try and get it audited, hopefully for free. If I know Ethereum.org does free auditing for certain products that are like community driven, I guess, or for the community. So yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to pretty much have a place where anyone in the world can mint their art for free eventually. But for now, a place where charities can mint their art, raise money, and then anyone who buys that art can have a share of the profits from everyone who's putting their money together into a pool. There's other ways to make it simpler. Like, for example, I can make the art only for sale in ADAI or only for sale in rDAI. But either way, you could just have it for sale in any amount and then use Uniswap to swap to whatever interest-bearing DAI you want. I think I want to use rDAI because it really helps really push the idea that we're really focusing on like the community, not just marmaj Foundation. And I think you can make baskets there. So I think you could make a basket for the marmaj Foundation where it would give like 80% of the interest to the marmaj Foundation, and we can choose some other charities on the rDAI thing, on the rDAI platform that would give some of our profits to. So for now, maybe 100% marmaj Foundation. We have a lot we're doing anyways. But eventually, I think it would be cool to have a DAO portion of it, and people could choose, maybe vote like every quarter. Well, let's say we do 90% of the rDAI funds goes to the marmaj Foundation, 10% of the rDAI funds goes to other organizations within the Ethereum community that are on rDAI, and then users who have marmaj tokens could vote over the course of a quarter, and then at the end of the quarter, the vote will go through to change the weight of that 10% to where it would go. But the DAO stuff isn't really for right now. For this year, I kind of want to get this factory up, and then my goal is that maybe for next year, I start trying to think about how to make it into a DAO or how to make it more decentralized. But for now, I think having an altruistic way for charities to raise money by just selling art, and then also on the other side of it, you buy art and then you just have a share of the interest that DeFi is making, and then we can donate. You could donate the art to other people, and at the end of the year, those people you donated to, the quicker you got them the art, they would be an early investor until they get more money. So if I minted 10 pieces of art right away and gave those 10 pieces to people who like had no money and just really needed some support, everyone who minted after that would be really supporting those people. It's also a way of like potentially minting like a few pieces early for the charities that we support, and then everyone who buys after will be supporting all those charities. So there's a lot of great ideas and great ways to do this. But yeah, good morning. Monday morning from here in Windsor. Bianca did a very good job just now putting Mika's collar on. What's it called? If you want to see Meeksies in the morning. Yeah, you can see, you can't really see, it's pretty dark, but Meeksies has a little harness. Yeah. Cause she's got a skateboard with her. She's always running and doing all this crazy stuff. But she's also very aggressive and she's very shy and anxious. She's always issues with like other people. And Bianca does a great job. But Bianca is a bit scared at times, and for good reason, arguably. Mika is a bit much and tries to bite and all this stuff. But good morning from here. This morning, I'm pretty much at a weekly stand-up with Makira. I don't really have much to talk about, honestly, in terms of work stuff. I've just been trying to get like Waku nodes running, and I got I had an issue because I have a few nodes running, like an Eth2 node, an Eth node, and then I'm trying to get a Golem node and a Waku node. And the issue was that I didn't know which flag to use to change the port. And so I was asking this weekend, and someone got back to me. So today I'm going to try and get the Waku node up and running. Yeah. I hope you all have fun doing whatever you got to do today. Have a wonderful Monday. I'm excited. My blockchain course for Consensus starts today at 8 p.m. So I'm really excited to kind of get some of these ideas into the README on GitHub and really start to kind of organizing a truffle document and just kind of like getting back into what it would look like, how it would actually be laid out. Because I mean, no front end for now. I don't really care about a front end, but I want to get, at least an outline of some pseudocode. Like, this is my first iteration of pseudocode, or I've gone through it a few times. But I'm going to do my next iteration of pseudocode, I guess, in actual writing today, and then over the next week or so, try and get some actual Solidity pseudocode written out. And yeah, I guess a cool project for me over like the next few months would be transitioning this. So getting on like the Goerli testnet, but also transitioning this to like Arcweave and maybe even transitioning this to Viper to be more secure, and just kind of if I add more DeFi elements to it. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, tips, or pointers, I'd greatly appreciate all of it. Thanks.